Hello, second graders. Today we are going to learn how to complete day 1 of your painting boot camp. For this painting boot camp, you're going to need some supplies. Obviously, you're going to need your boot camp paper, a placemat to keep your table clean, some water, a medium-sized brush or a small brush, and a tray of tempera paints. At the top of your paper, there's a spot for your name. Please make sure to write your name on your paper. When we put this on the drying rack, the only way I'm going to know whose is whose is if your name's at the top. If you want to be extra fancy, you could put a 2 for second grade and then the letter of your teacher. There's some directions for this boot camp. It says, paint in the 4 boxes below. Use the colors and a technique listed. So if you look at the first box, the technique is dots and the colors are warm colors. Using dots is a technique used by the Impressionist painters called pointillism because you use the point of your paintbrush. So I'm going to pick up some orange. That's one of the warm colors. And I'm just going to make a whole bunch of dots, spacing out all of my orange, and then I'll move into my second warm color, which would be either red or yellow. And then finally, afterwards, I would do my final warm color, all 3. Okay, so you can see that I filled up my entire box. I used all 3 colors, and I covered up most of my white. You don't have to do all of the white, but try to get most of it up. For the second one, it says streaks and cool colors. Now, streaks are just kind of stripes of paint that Impressionists use, especially the artist Vincent van Gogh. To use streaks, pick up a cool color. I'm going to use blue to start, and you're just going to kind of streak your paint across the paper. As you can tell, this one's going to go a bit quicker than the dots. Dots took a little bit of time. This one will be a little bit quicker. Again, use all 3 colors and fill up your white space. Okay, so you can see that I have finished this box now, covered up most of my white space, and used all 3 cool colors. For the next box, I'm going to use wavy lines instead of streaks, and I'm going to keep using the cool colors. Again, pick one color to start. This time I'm going to start with purple, and then with my wavy lines, I'm going to kind of make these almost streaks going across my paper too. But as you can see, they look quite different. You can imagine this might be wind, or it could be waves, or maybe even something else. Again, use all 3 colors and fill up your white space. Okay, so you can see that I've completed this 3rd square. For my 4th square, we're going to do things a little bit differently. This one says a painted background and warm colors. So all we're going to do for this one is paint this entire box in with one solid warm color. After you paint this box in, you can pick all of these techniques, 2 of these techniques, or just one technique to go on top of your painted background. So I'm going to use my lightest color for my background, which in the warm colors would be yellow. And I'm just going to take some time to carefully paint this box in. I'm going to leave a little time to let this dry. And then I'm going to paint with some techniques on top of it. Okay. I think I'll do some streaks. So I'll start with another warm color. I'm going to use some orange. Start filling that in with some streaks. In just a second, you will see this box completed. Okay, so for this technique, you can leave a little space in between your streaks because, again, your background is painted. So I am completely done with this particular boot camp. Once you have finished day 1 of this boot camp, yes, it's still wet, leave it a little time to dry, and then bring it over to the drying rack. Double check, triple check, quadruple check that your name is at the top. That way I can get it back to you. After you complete this boot camp, you may move on to day number 2.